Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So, for whatever reason, Revelation chapter 11, verses 15 through 19, those verses aren't in my notes. So I'm going to do it off the top of my head. So the seventh angel blows the seventh trumpet, okay? And basically, there's 24 elders that bow down, and the angel and these voices, they all declare the kingdom of the world has now become the kingdom of God. Why? Because it's the footstool, right? Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. So he starts trampling on them from then on out, okay? He says he's taken his power and his glory and he started to reign. Now keep in mind, I am the Christos, the anointed one. The divine verdict is with me. And so, because people are so wicked, it isn't very hard to determine that they must be cut off from God, sealed out of heaven, them and their offspring with no way back. People who reproduce are choosing a path of ill-gotten gains and being led by the New World Order, and there's no excuse for that. And their forefathers from generations of wickedness put them in a situation where they don't have the wisdom to stop reproducing. So that's what the seventh trumpet is about. It's about announcing that the kingdom of heaven is Christ, is God and Christ. Give me the kingdom of heaven and the earth. Okay, there's a new heaven and a new earth where the righteous go, and there's the earth that remains here that's trampled. Okay, and they're cut off from heaven, and they pretend that they connect to heaven. Their idea of heaven is mere psychology and stupidity and treachery, wickedness, injustice, shallowness, silliness, stupidity. And this is key here. So when we look at Revelation chapter 10, the angel in the little scroll that comes before Revelation 11, okay, where before that there's the two witnesses, what have you, we see some more proof that I'm right. So let's just read Revelation chapter 10, sum it up, and then I'm going to move on to the next place I plan to go today. Then I saw another mighty angel, keyword mighty, coming down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head. His face was like the sun. Notice his face is like the sun. And the sun gets struck, but they're not talking about the angel's spirit. Okay? The sun turns black, etc. in Revelation. Okay? That symbolizes the sun among people who are outside the divine order, what's left of the sun among them. And the sun also scorches them with fire. Okay, they're pretending, their wickedness, they're lying about God, rebukes them, it punishes them, it saps away their worth, it destroys them, spiritually speaking, until they're like the walking dead because they didn't align themselves to moral precision. And his legs were like fiery pillars. He was holding a little scroll which lay open in his hand. He planted his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land. And he gave a loud shout like the roar of a lion. When he shouted, the voices of the seven thunders spoke. This is similar to Isaiah 42:13. The Lord will march out like a champion, and like a warrior he will stir up his zeal. With a shout he will raise the battle cry and triumph over his enemies. When the seven thunders spoke, I was about to write. But I heard a voice from heaven say, seal up what the seven thunders have said, and do not write it down. And keep in mind, there's 7 stars, 7 angels. They stand for 7 angels. 7 lampstands stand for 7 churches. There's 7 seals. There's 7 trumpets. There's 7 bowls. There's also the 7 thunders. Then the angel I had seen standing on the sea and on the land raised his right hand to heaven. And he swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created the heavens and all that is in them, the earth and all that is in it, and the sea and all that is in it, and said there will be no more delay. So he's talking about the heavens, the earth, the sea, which is the sea of people. And he says there's no more delay. And it goes back to Revelation 6 where it says, how long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, before you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood. But in the days when the 7th angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished, just as he announced to his servants the prophets. Then the voice that I had heard from heaven spoke to me once more. Go take the scroll that lies open in the hand of the angel who is standing on the sea and on the land. So I went to the angel and asked him to give me the little scroll. He said to me, take it and eat it. It will turn your stomach sour, but in your mouth it will be as sweet as honey. I took the little scroll from the angel's hand and ate it. It tasted as sweet as honey in my mouth. But when I had eaten it, my stomach turned sour. Then I was told, you must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, languages, and kings. Okay, so we see that honey is being compared to wisdom in Proverbs. Okay, so the wisdom was sweet, sweeter than honey. The wisdom to do what's right, the wisdom to come into accord, to become one with God in order to convey the message. Okay, but when you see what happens to the inhabitants of the earth because of their treachery, it makes you sour. And of course the word bel is like the word belly for a reason. Okay, so now on to the next place.